Viewers, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor's recent utterances have put the party leadership in a tight spot. Days after he showered praises on PM Modi, saying that big concerns were addressed in his meeting with President Trump. Tharoor has now praised the rival left government in Kerala and the growth the state has seen under the Pinarayi Vijayan government. Tharoor has flagged the absence of a Congress leader in Kerala and even went on to say that if the party doesn't need his services, he has other things to focus upon. The Congress leader made these remarks in a podcast, which is set for release on Wednesday. It's also learned that the Congress MP met Rahul Gandhi recently in Delhi and sought a clarification about his role in the state unit. While the Kerala Congress leaders are quite upset over Tharoor's recent statements, with the Kerala Congress chief K. Sudhakaran asking Tharoor to not cross the limit, the central leadership says that criticism is welcome. CPM interestingly said that Tharoor will never be an orphan and that there will be no obstacle in accepting him into the party's fold. BJP, on the other hand, claimed that Tharoor is being slowly sidelined because he contested against Mallikarjun Kharge for the president's post. Listen in.
ഞാൻ പ്രസംഗത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞത് എന്താണ്? വിമർശനങ്ങളെ സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്ന പാർട്ടിയാണ് കോൺഗ്രസ്. പാർട്ടിയുടെ നന്മയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഏത് ഭാഗത്തുനിന്ന് വിമർശനം കോൺഗ്രസിനകത്ത് ഉണ്ടായാലും അതിനെ പൂർണ്ണമായി സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്ന പാരമ്പര്യമാണ് ഞങ്ങൾക്കുള്ളത്. അങ്ങനെ ഞങ്ങൾ മുന്നോട്ട് പോവുള്ളൂ. വിമർശനങ്ങൾ പറയുന്നതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരാളെ സൈഡ് ലൈൻ ചെയ്യാനോ ഒരാളെ ഒഴിവാക്കാനോ ഒരാളെ ഇല്ലാതാക്കാനോ ചെയ്യുന്ന അത് സിപിഎമ്മിന്റെ ശൈലിയാണ്, അത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ശൈലിയല്ല.
ഒരു കാര്യം വളരെ വ്യക്തമാണ്, കോൺഗ്രസ് വിട്ടു എന്നുള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് ശശി തരൂർ അനാഥാവില്ല കേരള രാഷ്ട്രീയത്തിൽ. ബാക്കി കാര്യങ്ങൾ അദ്ദേഹം നിലപാടുകൾ വ്യക്തമാക്കട്ടെ.
അദ്ദേഹം വരികയാണെങ്കിൽ സിപിഎം തയ്യാറാണ് സ്വീകരിക്കാൻ.
Interestingly, this isn't the first time when Shashi Tharoor has broken ranks with his party's official stand. On the 5th of February 2025, on the issue of US deputation, he came out to say that this is not the first deputation and won't be the last. This is when his party was taking on the centre inside the parliament. On the 16th of February 2025, on the meeting between President Trump and Prime Minister Modi, he said that several major concerns had been addressed. I think that it's a very good outcome. Now, earlier in March 2023, he has praised External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, saying that I think he is very good. He's also gone on October 2022 as far as the Congress presidential polls to allege that not just did he stand, of course, against Mallikarjun Kharge for the post of president, but he also alleged in letters written to Madhusudan Mistry about how there were favors shown towards Kharge during the conduct of the polls. In October 2014, he also joined the Swachh Bharat mission, and in fact, we had also seen how this campaign was, he was participating in it at Viringham Port in his, of course, constituency. The Prime Minister hailed this active participation, called it great effort, and later, of course, as we know, he was removed as spokesperson of the party as well. But what really are the implications of this? Is Shashi Tharoor really on his way out? Or is this just posturing for a larger role within the state unit of the party? Now, he has, of course, flagged the absence of a leader in the party's Kerala unit. He's also been drawing large crowds at events of the state Congress. The rising public support could perhaps bolster a bid for a larger role for Tharoor. He's active in state politics beyond his usual parliamentary role in recent days, and the very fact that he has won the Thiruvananthapuram Lok Sabha seat 4 times, as well as his international stature, do also give him some amount of leverage. Let's quickly take this across to our guest now.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And joining us is Tuin Sira, national spokesperson of the BJP. We have P. Santosh Kumar, member of parliament of the CPI. We also have with us Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist, joining us. Saeed Aslam Pasha, political analyst, is with us. But I want to go first and foremost to Dr. Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress party, who is very firmly backing Shashi Tharoor. Dr. Nikul Patel, is Shashi Tharoor going to leave the party? Is he angling for a larger role, perhaps the chief ministerial face of the party in Kerala? What's going on?
Shashi Tharoor ji had never said that he is going to leave the party, first thing. Secondly, he is 4-time member of parliament from Indian National Congress and he is contesting well, he is working, he is a representative there very well. He is also a CWC member, putting all his views to the party to take the party further to the next level. I think Shashi Tharoor ji had tried to make the high command realize that he need to do something, and definitely all people who wants to do something, they can represent it to the high command. Secondly, regarding Kerala politics,
once again, Nicole, he's reaching out to the left. He's praising the work of Pinarayi Vijayan government. He's talking about the lack of a leadership between the Kerala Congress. Now, all of this clearly points to a fact that he's taking a very different stand from what his party's leaders are saying. And in fact, you have Mr. Sudhakaran saying that he should not cross the line.
firstly, if you praise any of the policy that is being given by the present government, is not fault for. He's a good. We can say the parliamentarian. Secondly, he is also criticizing Modi government so many times. That is also there, and praising something which is good is about a particular event that congressman had started in the previous days. That is Startup Village. And that he was praising what he said about. Now about Kerala's politics, I think he is keen about to bring Congress back to the power in Kerala, and that is what the objective of him that is.
Okay,
and
let me bring
never said that I'm going to leave Congress.
Okay, he has not said that, but obviously politicians never speak in direct words. There's always indications before there is a big change, and this is a familiar script that we've seen in recent days. But let me bring in Tuhin Sinha before I go across to the CPM MP. Tuhin Sinha, is this a familiar script? We've seen many high-profile exits from the Congress party over the last 1 decade. We have CPI MP, I beg your pardon, Mr. Santosh Kumar on the panel. But Tuhin Sinha, is this a familiar script? Because we have Mr. Amit Malviya who says that Tharoor's downsizing would have been swifter and more conspicuous if not for his high public profile. Do you agree with that perception?
Well, good evening, Madhav. Good evening, everybody. You need to realize that the Congress party of Rahul Gandhi is allergic to two things. Number one is intelligence and number two is patriotism. So while Shashi Tharoor's fate was sealed on the very day that he decided to contest for the presidential elections of the Congress party, the recent trigger in this case is his decision to praise Prime Minister Modi's US visit in the interest of the country. And, the Gandhis can't bear it. But what is new about it? In the last few years, this is a familiar script, as you call it. Ghulam Nabi Azad, Himanta Biswa Sharma, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Milind Deora, Jitin Prasad, and many others have left the party. Why did, Milind Deora and Jyotiraditya Scindia ji leave the party? They had clear differences with the Congress party on the issue of the abrogation of Article 370. They supported the abrogation of Article 370, which Rahul Gandhi was not willing to do. Why did Ghulam Nabi Azad move out of the party? Ghulam Nabi Azad very clearly said that, when on foreign tours, Rahul Gandhi meets all kind of shady people. So, he's allergic to anybody who's remotely talks about national interests and, acts in the interest of the country. As far as Shashi Tharoor is concerned, we have seen his downsizing over the years. As recently as the Samvidhan debate in November last year, what qualifies Priyanka Gandhi to open the debate from the Congress party, a first-time rookie MP, than Shashi Tharoor, who has been a 4-time MP. Having said that, it's a good time for Shashi Tharoor ji to completely shed the Congress hypocrisy and talk about the growing radicalization in Kerala.
Okay, let me bring in.
Talk about the growing
I think you made about 3 or 4 points there. Before I go across to Mr. Santosh Kumar, I want to quickly bring in Ashutosh Mishra. Ashutosh Mishra, the party's leadership, it's a familiar script. Either they are inaccessible, or they are, their voices not being heard, or their own, aspirations are not being met within the party's fold. There are several such statements that have been there. There's a long list of leaders, about 24 of them. I don't want to read out all those names, but it's a similar sort of thing that's being seen here in the case of Mr. Shashi Tharoor, says in fact the BJP. And do you agree that somewhere or the other, the very fact that even leaders such as Shashi Tharoor, who are high profile leaders, are feeling that their aspirations are not being met, is a sign of what's happening within the Congress party? Ashutosh Mishra.
So it's really laughable when I hear the BJP spokesperson talking about Tharoor. Tharoor has freedom to express his views in the Congress party, a luxury not available to members of Bharatiya Janata Party. Who can forget how JP Nadda was pushed aside by Amit Shah when he was the president of BJP.
What does it have to do with Shashi Tharoor, sir?
They have not been able to find
No,
a
Mr. Mishra, Mr. Mishra, Mr. Mishra, simple question. Let's stick to Shashi Tharoor. What does JP Nadda and Amit Shah have to do with Shashi Tharoor? I don't know. But we are discussing Shashi Tharoor's own aspirations. Is he angling for becoming the CM face, or is he thinking of seriously quitting the party because he says he has other options?
So that's what I am pointing out. Why will Shashi Tharoor quit a party where he has the freedom to express his views, say I want to be something, and he is heard by the central leadership? That's the comparison between BJP and
Only
Congress.
heard.
That
That's the
needs to
point.
be made obvious.
He has freedom to express his views, but he's not getting a post, is what he's saying.
About Congress party and how Congress party is running down its own leader when they are unable to sort of give proper respect to their own people. Shashi Tharoor has very rightly said that if you don't have time for me, then I have other options, and he has listed out those options. None of them which is political.
Okay.
And to have an aspiration of becoming the Kerala CM just shows that his first interest is in Congress breaking this CPM stranglehold.
Okay.
That's a good sign for Congress.
Okay, is he going to break the CPM stranglehold, or is he going to join them? That's an open-ended question right now, because Mr. Santosh Kumar, today we have seen how Thomas Isaac has come out to say that it's a miracle, I'm quoting, it's a miracle that people like Tharoor stayed in Congress for so long. In Kerala, a lot of development has happened, a lot of investments in the state, and he's also gone on to say that someone like him will never be an orphan. What does this indicate? Are the left's arms open for Mr. Tharoor if he does indeed decide to make a switch?
No, for us, it's very clear. If your political opponent praises you on certain issues, it's a very happy thing to note. So as far as this particular article is concerned, we are very happy that Tharoor at least acknowledged our position. Kerala is moving towards industrial revolution, and we are trying all our efforts, making all our efforts to flourish Kerala, in spite of the blockade of this union government. But the point is that even without his positive comments, a fact is a fact. Kerala is moving forward, and it's sure that, as stated by Mullapalli Ramachandran, former Union Minister and Congress leader, one of the stalwarts of Congress party, that the LDF government may continue, going to retain its power. So Congress is quite confused, and for us, his recent statement is a booster. And having said all these things, I can tell you one more thing. Tharoor, that way, even now, our political opponents. And he was always ill-famous for his conflicting statements also. I don't know what is going to happen. Most of these issues are related with Congress party's internal democracy.
Yeah, but the question, Mr. Santosh Kumar, I just want to ask you, is that he has also praised the central government. He has praised Prime Minister Modi's foreign policy and his meeting with Trump. He has praised Swachh Bharat scheme. He has praised the External Affairs Minister. Do you agree with all that also?
That's what I'm trying to convince you. For us, even now, he is a political opponent, no doubt at all. So even if he changes his position tomorrow, our position is very clear. We are moving forward. And as far as Tharoor is concerned, I think his statements are quite controversial also. For example, he's still in the colonial mindset. For example, I am a rich man, I'm well educated, I have invitation from abroad. So if you want, make me a leader.
Okay.
This kind of
Okay. So perhaps he's positioning himself, but one very interesting tweet, and that's up on our screen, that, I think would be very interesting and indicative of what's going on in the mind of Shashi Tharoor, is that he has quoted Thomas Gray, where he says, where ignorance is bliss, 'tis folly to be wise. Said Aslam Pasha, who's ignorant and who's wise here?
I mean, for a true statesman, for a true statesman, the quality of a true statesman is to appreciate the opponents when they do good when the policies are good or someone is doing well. It's a true statesman's quality to appreciate. There's nothing wrong in it. Now, you're talking about which ignorance is talking about or which foolishness is talking about. That's only Shashi Tharoor is supposed to answer that. Well, I have some, advice to the Congress. You need to bet on the jockey, not on the horse. That's something which I have as an advice to Congress. But, having said that, Madhav, I also want to tell Tuhinji, you generally try to fish out of troubled waters, but there's no trouble at all here. The only thing which I would want to say is, out of the 240 MPs which you've got today, how many of them are from different parties? How many of them are turncoats? What I get to believe is, sometime back, Sanjay Raut ji has said that more than 100.
Sir, the problem at the moment for the Congress isn't turncoats. The problem for the Congress is who's deserting them. I think that's a bigger problem, Syed Aslam Pasha. But nevertheless, since you've raised the question of BJP, Tuhin Sinha, your response.
You know, the problem is, since you're talking about, I'm glad you're talking about turncoats. You know, the problem is your ideology has become a turncoat. In the last, till 2019, you never spoke about caste census. Today, you know, caste census is the #1 agenda in the country. Why? Because obviously you have some foreign sponsors, you know, egging you on that path. BJP may have taken some people from other parties, but there has been no compromise on our ideology, and that is what makes BJP a different party. That is what sets apart the BJP, which you people will not understand. Coming back to Shashi Tharoor, you know, I feel very, very surprised, Madhav, if you look at KC Venugopal and the way he has been promoted, and there are all kinds of charges against KC Venugopal. In Haryana, he was distributing tickets to his favorite people. We have those charges on you know, and as against KC Venugopal, Shashi Tharoor, a 4-time MP from Kerala, was repeatedly insulted. I am told that for the last many years, he was struggling for a one-to-one meeting with Rahul Gandhi to make his points, to put his point across. And now when he gets that meeting, it is only because he has praised Prime Minister Modi for his US visit. Right. So look at the way the Congress party treats people, intellectual people, and people who at some point of time respect the national interest.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's a very important point, because Ashutosh, you must take that question head on, because, you know, he's a celebrated writer. He's a 4-time member of parliament, yet a person like this is not given any important responsibility within the party's fold. Somewhere or the other, isn't it natural for a person like that to get frustrated? And that's exactly what the BJP is pointing out.
So first of all, he's already doing what he should have done is, as you said, doing more than he used to do as an MP of Thiruvananthapuram. He has started taking interest in Kerala politics. And
so that's not the party's. That's not a responsibility the party has given him, sir.
Respected in Congress, then how did he get votes when he stood against Kharge?
And by the way, the party in the state is actually reacting against him. From what the KPCC chief, etc., have been saying, they're not exactly welcoming his position. So how is that, the party facilitating him? I don't understand.
No, the thing is that if he's challenging the local leadership, if he's saying that the local leadership is not good enough to win the next elections, why is he wrong? That's what he's actually trying to tell the central leadership, that look, I can deliver Kerala for you. And maybe that is the thing that other people are not understanding, that in a good democratic setup, there has to be competition amongst local leaders.
Okay, let me bring in Nikul Patel. Nikul Patel, has Mr. Tharoor been given a fair deal by the Congress party, do you believe? Do you think that he has been given enough responsibility for the kind of stature, for the kind of position that he enjoys as a high-profile individual, a writer, a diplomat, and a 4-time MP? Do you think that he has been given the adequate responsibilities within the party?
I think during the UPA government, he was the minister. Secondly,
UPA government has gone 11 years since, sir.
But see, Congress had given us enough responsibility. He is member of parliament. He's been given a responsibility of that particular seat. Definitely, he's also member of CWC, I think. So it doesn't like that he's not given any responsibility. I know very well that I would like to ask Bharatiya Janata Party. We are the only party in the country who is conducting election for the post of president.
Correct. But the point is, he came under Dr. Manmohan Singh. Now Mr. Rahul Gandhi is in charge, and the point being made by the BJP is because he contested against the Gandhi family's candidate, Mr. Kharge, that he is having to pay the price for it. That's exactly the charge that's being leveled, Mr. Nikul Patel.
That is not the justification or clause what Bharatiya Janata Party want to say. I think Shashi Tharoor ji wants to do good for Congress, and he is representing his thing, and that is what I feel, and he is doing the correct way and correct thing what he feels correct, because he's a good parliamentarian and a good representative.
Yeah, saying is one thing, but Sharmishta Mukherjee comes out to say, and Syed Aslam Pasha, before I come across to you, Tuhin Sinha, Sharmishta Mukherjee has come out to say, shows the rot in Rahul Congress that a person like Shashi Tharoor is being marginalized. RG and cronies should hang themselves. This is the quote of Sharmishta Mukherjee, Pranab Mukherjee's daughter today. How do you respond?
Well, Madhav, I need to tell you again, Shashi Tharoor is a true statesman. He's an intellectual and he's an intelligent man. He knows what the party has given to him and which side he has to take. I mean, there's nothing. Shashi Tharoor has spoken about, I have options, other options. What does the other option means? He spoke about he being an author, about books. He spoke about being a good speaker, being invited to different forums to speak about. Why is the BJP talking about it? Tuinji, I'll respond to your question.
But is it normal for any leader to say I have other options?
No.
That means they're being underutilized.
30 seconds. Madhav, 30 seconds. Tuhinji spoke about ideology. Tuhinji, the only ideology which BJP today has got is power hungry. There is no ideology which BJP has got. You have the maximum turncoats. You have done the horse trading. You have split the
So
party.
Congress is not fighting to stay in power.
Parties.
Congress
Right,
party
the
and other
only
political parties don't contest elections to come to power. According to you, Mr. Syed Aslam Pasha?
No, Madhav, my only thing is, right, any opportunity which comes in, irrespective of a regional party or a national party or anything, BJP will be at its best. BJP doesn't try to promote the party leaders within the party. They are trying to find the opportunity. They are trying to find the big leaders from other parties. Are they not power hungry? Is it something to do with ideology? They are far from any ideology. Today, BJP is only about being power hungry, nothing else. No ideology left in BJP. They are just power hungry. Anybody,
well, there are so many examples today,
they want
sir.
to take it in their kitty.
There are so many examples, sir, whether it's Rekha Gupta to other leaders of different political parties, including, of course, the BJP's own leaders who've actually been made chief ministers that would counter your point. But since the question is for BJP, Tuhin Sinha, please respond. He says you are only trying to poach from other political parties and somehow
Madhav,
resurrect the party in states where you don't exist. Respond to
first of all,
Syed Aslam Pasha.
First of all, Madhav, I feel very saddened when they are trivializing Shashi Tharoor's statement that, I have other options like going back to writing and to my books. I can tell you that when an intellectual, when an author of multiple books, a renowned author enters politics, he does not enter politics to go back disappointed after 16 years. He does it to serve the country, and if you're not allowing him, if you're suffocating him, it speaks very poorly of the Congress party, which they don't seem to realize. My advice to Shashi Tharoor is that since you have decided to take on the Congress party, especially Rahul Gandhi, this is the right time for you to take on the hypocrisy of the Congress party. When Kharge ji, insults the Mahakumbh, you should speak against it. When Rahul Gandhi talks about Shakti, you should now speak against it. You should speak against the growing radicalization in Kerala, which I assume you were not allowed to speak
let me bring in Mr. Santosh Kumar.
This is the right time.
Let me bring in Mr. Santosh Kumar. Mr. Santosh Kumar asked this question a few minutes earlier. I didn't get any response to it. We went here and there everywhere. But when Mr. Shashi Tharoor tweets a quote from Thomas Gray, he says, where ignorance is bliss, it's a folly to be wise. Who do you think he's referring to, Mr. Santosh Kumar? Is he referring to his own party?
It's all, anyway, something related to Congress party's internal issues. But
so
as far as
Gandhi?
who
is ignorant and who's wise?
Even if he becomes the leader of the Congress party, nothing is going to happen.
Your smile is saying it all, sir.
No. The point is that we have ample proof to show. The point is that we should not encourage these types of leaders in any political party after becoming 4-time MPs and becoming ministers and whatnot. So no point in promoting these types of leaders, those who are power hungry. If you ask me personally, it's my response to this thing. As far as our fund is concerned, we don't want anybody's certificates and we are quite sure of retaining the power.
Okay, but then your party's leader, Mr. Thomas Isaac, has come out to say that he won't be an orphan anyway. He's actually indicated that Tharoor might actually get a space there within LDF.
Let me tell you the whole responsibility which I am having. I don't belong to that political party, number one. And as far as our movement is concerned, we did not take any concrete position on this issue because no any discussion happened inside the Left Democratic Front or our party. So, as of now, I can tell you these things only.
Let me put the same question across to Ashutosh Mishra, sir. Ashutosh Mishra, where ignorance is bliss, it is a folly to be wise. Who's ignorant and who's wise?
Actually, the ignorant people are those who think that the only way to serve the nation is when you are in power. And Gandhiji was the best example. He served the nation without power and pelf. And Shashi Tharoor needs to learn from Rishabh Pant. In Champions Trophy, Rishabh Pant is there, but Rahul is playing the wicketkeeper. Why?
So Congress party's leadership never wants to be in power.
Of the management.
Are you saying, Mr. Mishra, on national television, Congress party's leadership never wants to be in power?
Accept that.
Mr. Mishra, what are you saying? Are you saying Congress party's leadership never wants to be in power?
No, I'm talking about Shashi Tharoor. Shashi Tharoor.
What is the context here of Shashi Tharoor? Tharoor should never be in power.
Without being in power. If he wants to
Sir,
serve
you
the
gave
nation.
Gandhiji's example, who ruled without being in power. How does that apply in the present context? Who is Gandhiji? Is it Rahul Gandhi? Is it Sonia Gandhi? Is it Shashi Tharoor? Who is it? Or entire Congress party?
It can be any person who sort of has the power, knows what the people want and people support them. Number one.
Any person.
The second more important thing that you are trying to skip here is that the management of the team decides what is the best way to win. You cannot, every person cannot say that I am the 30 markha, so you have to take me in. You have to accept all my views. If the you have to trust the management of the team, and in this case, it has to be the Congress
the only problem is
others.
The only problem is it's nobody else but Tharoor who appears to be saying that he doesn't trust his management, and there are several who've exited from the Congress party who've talked about their ordeals within the Congress party itself. That is the unfortunate state of affairs, sir. I mean, it's not me or anybody else saying it. It's a D-line of leaders who've said so.
And they're playing second fiddle there. Did Jyotiraditya Scindia become the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister? No. Will he ever become Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh? No. But his own inflated ego, he thought that he and only he should become the Chief Minister and left the party. Now
okay, so Tharoor will not become Chief Minister of Kerala. That's what you're saying. He will never become CM.
No, I'm not
saying that. You're saying
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that don't overestimate yourself and underestimate the management which may have plans for you and which you may fit into.
Well, wonderful, because you may have plans for somebody, but they will not be told what those plans are. What are those plans, in fact, remain a mystery at this point of time. But Tharoor, of course, keeping everybody guessing as to what his next move will be. Ashutosh Mishra, P. Santosh Kumar, Tuhin Sinha, Dr. Nikul Patel and Syed Aslam Pasha, thanks so much for joining us on this debate this evening.